Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke, and across from me today,
You know what it is? No cool nickname. Duran, back outside.
back outside.
It's feeling good, man.
Man, it's a beautiful day, nice little breeze.
Yeah,
Gotta take advantage of it when you can.
absolutely, bro. Definitely loving it. So far, so good.
All right, so for today's smoke, we are going to highlight I guess it's a store exclusive. So what we have here today is the Drew Estate Liga Privada number 9. That
Box
is
press.
the box press that is made exclusively for Corona Cigar.
Yeah, down in Florida.
Down in Florida, that's right. And I think that we had said at one point that had we done this one inside of our being able to do our top cigars,
Oh, it would definitely probably be up there.
this one would have been way up there. So we really enjoy this. It's also a box press, so I love that.
Man, listen, Drew Estate outdid themselves with this joint right here, man.
And the crazy thing is that this is the most affordable Liga out there.
Yes.
I think this runs like $14.
Yep.
And that is crazy.
Really close in price point to the UC10.
Yeah, you're right.
Really close
You're
in
right.
price point
It's
to
only,
the
it's
UC10.
only like $1 more.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can only get it in one place.
But you can order them online.
You can.
You can order a box online, and I think it's like $270 for the box, something like that.
Hey, like, that's a hell of a price for these, man. Like, and I'm telling you, I know you guys can't smell them, but oh my goodness, it's just like this, just beautiful, chocolatey, toasty.
It's very chocolatey.
Man, it smells so very good. Like, wow. What do we bring for spirits today?
we're googling and goggling over the cigar. But what we have for our spirits for today is actually the first bottle that I ever bought that I tasted from our bottle share.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy.
This was the first one that I had tried from there and actually said I'm buying that bottle.
Okay, I like it.
I don't know if I ever told you that.
No, definitely did not, man.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. So, that's very cool.
We have the Wild Turkey Longbranch,
Mhm.
which clocks in at 96 proof.
Okay.
And I believe it runs about $45.
Sounds about right.
Something like that.
Sounds about right.
In some places it is allocated. Ours, it's not at the moment. But it's not always on the shelf, so I don't know. I think that's just a supply and demand issue, really. But luckily it's not allocated. So, but for our other bottle, you have a new release.
Yeah, we've got the Travelers. So this has been all the rage recently, right? Comes in at 90 proof. This is a combination between Buffalo Trace and Stapleton.
Yeah.
Is it Chris Stapleton,
yeah.
The country music star. So I know a ton of people have brought it up and talked about it, and we might as well do the same. We might as well try it out and see what we think.
Absolutely.
You can see it's been hit a little bit, right?
I mean, everybody wanted to try it.
Everybody wanted to try it.
Yeah.
So
see what it was all about.
We're gonna get into it today.
So you said that's Buff Trace that makes that, but that is not the Buff Trace mash bill.
No.
Right?
No.
Because that's a whiskey, not a bourbon.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is a whiskey. But like I said, it's a combination between Buffalo Trace and Chris Stapleton. Yeah. So, hey, we're going to give you our thoughts on the podcast today.
Yeah.
See what we think.
Get into this cigar, man.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely going to like, you know what? That's not true. I'm going to have a sip of the Longbranch just to remember what it is without the cigar smoke for a second.
All right.
Because I haven't smoked for about, I'd say it's 10, 15 minutes now.
Hey, let's go for it. Let's
see what we got here. Just a little bit lighter proof, so I'm going to go a little heavier on the pour than I normally do.
He also knows he loves it.
Yeah, it's very good, man. And you can see right on top there, it says it's aged 8 years. I don't know how long the Travelers, is aged. I'm going to guess not very long.
Probably not.
But who knows? So let's see.
Iconic bottle, shape.
The aroma on this is phenomenal.
It's so good.
Right? Like,
it's a shame that it's only 96 proof. Yeah. I wish it was, because it would almost be a criteria bottle. It's almost a criteria bottle.
Price point.
It's $45.
The price point knocks it out, But man, it just, what is that we smell there? Like, it's like caramel and like some floral and, wow. Okay, here we go.
It's a very nice aroma. That's just good, man.
Bro, it's definitely low proof, right?
Yeah, you can tell it's low proof, but it's so flavorful.
But that's exactly what I was going to say. For 96 proof, there are several different things going on the palate.
Yep.
Right? So it's got some complexity to it.
But that finish, man, that oaky finish.
Yeah, it's very nice.
You can taste the 8 years on the back end. I love that.
Very nice. All right, good enough. Get to my cigar here now.
Absolutely.
Let's do this thing.
I seem to recall this is one of those cigars we love so much that it goes pretty fast.
Yeah. We smoked on pretty quick. I mean, you look at the color on that thing, man, like, and the shape, bro. Like, box press is just, they're such good looking cigars.
And this one has a box cap as well.
Yeah.
Which means that it lends itself well to a V cut or a punch. So a lot of people would punch this type of cigar.
Yes.
So I typically just do guillotine on everything.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I'm a straight cut type of guy. You know, I like the smoke production that comes from a straight cut. That's just me. You know, do what you prefer.
Nice draw. Chocolatey on that cold draw too.
Dude, let's get this thing lit.
Before it gets
keep trying to go through the side of the chair here. Right, you know. All right, let's see if I can keep my hands this time.
That's so good. I mean, I retroed right off the bat.
You and me both.
Like
the crazy thing is you would think with this super dark wrapper that it'd be a really, really powerful cigar. It's not. Right? So it's much more flavorful than it is strong.
And it's creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this thing is a cream bomb. At least, you know, starts out that way. I think it strengthens up a little bit later on, but man, and the linger on the palate, it's so chocolatey. It's rich.
Dude,
like you had some kind of like ganache or something, like it just like rich, you know, decadent chocolate dessert or something. Again,
our fanboys, our fanboy flags are showing. You know, Drew Estate, you got another one. Like,
look, there's a reason why the brand is my favorite. I mean, they've just got some bangers. You know, it's just that the price point on them is not always great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so but they have a price point for everybody. That's one thing.
So the thing is, with them, when we say it's not always great, we're not saying the price point is bad, right?
True.
I think it's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
Don't get it twisted. It's just you can find other sticks that are good, that are less expensive, right? These are not everyday cigars.
No, they're not.
Right?
I wish they were.
Yeah,
but
listen,
I would love
Drew Estate, get this down to $10.
Absolutely.
Get this down to $10. I'll order 14 boxes right now.
But I mean, you know, they've got something. You know, they've got the factory smokes that run you about $1.50. You know, they got the Nigaruscas, which I think are around, you know, $4 to $6. The Herrera Stellis are, you know, and the Blackens. Oh, so we talked about the Blackens once before, and the price point. I did look them up. They are sub 10, or 10, 10 and under, the regular Blackened. Okay. So the Toro runs about 10. The Robusto was like 9, I think. Okay. So they're just 10-ish. You know, and then the Esteli line's about 10.
So, and unfortunately, the Blackened for me is one of my least favorite that comes from them.
Well, I'm just talking about the various price points of cigars that they have.
They definitely have something from very bottom price to, you know, you can get up there.
Like, they've got everything from $1.50 to $20.
Yeah.
You know, so got something for everybody.
What's an Anniversario run?
I want to say those are $20.
Okay. Trying to think if it's right there at that 20 or if it was a little above.
I think so. I'm talking, you know, kind of standard pricing, not in your higher markets. So in some markets, that's a $25 cigar.
Yeah.
So is the H99.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not paying $25 for an H99. Not because that's a $17 cigar.
Well, so I won't say that. It depends on where I'm at, right? Like, you know.
Well, I always have them, so I don't ever need to buy a single.
Yeah, but let's say we're, you know, Vegas, right?
I gotta have one.
Well, it's just the idea. If you're gonna go and sit at a lounge, right? You're gonna buy something.
That's true.
You're gonna pay an inflated price for everything.
So you might as well get something good.
You might as well get something good, right? Yeah. So an H99 at $25, it's not crazy.
No, I guess not.
It's not nuts, right?
Right. Not as a single.
Yeah.
Just buying one.
Right.
Okay.
You know, now if they were throwing, you know, a factory smoke at you at 15, you know, now that's crazy, right? But I think in certain areas, you know, sometimes you're going to have to pay a premium. That's just part of the game, right?
Sure.
So, you know, it is what it is, though. Luckily, we're in a good market for cigars.
We are.
So,
yeah,
you know.
they're not crazy expensive. You know, we can typically get them for, you know, SRP. Man, there's something about this box press Liga.
Dude, I forgot how good this was.
Like, I mean, when I found out that there was a box press Liga,
yeah,
I was like, sign me up.
Yeah, dude, I remember when you gave me the first one, like, and I was just like, what the hell is that?
Like, and I'm not, and like the 9 is like probably my least
favorite
out
of the Ligas, right? Yeah.
But I had to try a box press Liga.
So, all right, give us your ranking order of the Ligas.
So if we're just talking like the standard Ligas, not the Unicos, the 99 is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Then the T52. Then the Anniversario.
Okay.
And then the 9.
Okay. Funny enough for me, Anniversario was the very bottom for me. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. I think it's a little light for my palate.
It is kind of mild, yeah.
Right? So I think that's the problem for me. I like something with a little more strength. The Anniversario is very good. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying I do not like it. I'm just saying when it comes to, and I think what weighs into that is the Anniversario is also at the top of the price point, right? So I think for the T9, the T52, H99, those are much more favorable for me.
Yeah, they all run about $17-ish.
Yeah.
You know, so it's surprising that this one is put out, you know, at the $14 range.
Dude, like I said,
when I found out about it and then I saw how much it was.
Yeah.
And it's a box press, like
it's a no-brainer.
I want it. Like, give it to me.
Yeah, no-brainer.
Like, even if it's my least favorite Liga, it's still going to be a good cigar.
Yeah, and it's worth a try, right? I think if anything, we're learning that everything's worth a try.
Absolutely. Actually, I would say everything's worth 2 tries.
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes you get a bum stick. Like, it happens.
You feel that way about Gurkha?
No. But like, so I'm thinking of, you had an Opus that just exploded on you.
I did.
And you smoked through it, like did the best you could.
Powered through it like a champ.
That was the first time you'd had that cigar. Would you have it again?
An Opus that exploded on me at $30? Absolutely not.
But you would have a Opus or an Opus.
Yeah, you know. But the thing was, right? Like, I had multiple Opuses before. You know, that very well could have been the condition it was. You know, I got it in, or
right.
You know.
But I'm saying it happens.
Yeah.
Right. So. Yeah. Try it. If you didn't like it, you know, give it one more shot maybe, and then if you still don't like it, it's not for you. But this one here, you know, we just ranked them. I honestly think this one might trump the H99 for me. This specific one.
That's a wild one.
I know it is, but I love it so much. Like, there's something about this box press. Like, we've talked about it before. Like, we are a fan of.
I think it would fall 2 for me, right? So the H99 is 1.
Okay.
This box press would be number 2. And here's the deal. Price point might bump it to 1.
Right?
Now that I think about it, save $3. You know, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Like that it might be top of the heap. Top of the heap. And what's your thoughts on the Longbranch so far?
Look, so like I said, it was the first bottle that I bought from the bottle share, you know, however many years ago that was. And I still love it. It's still one of my favorite pours. I almost always have it. It is definitely one of my favorite under 100 proof pours.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm not looking for something high proof.
Right.
You know, sometimes, I mean, even though it's almost 100 proof. But, you know, sometimes I don't want something that's proofy. Right. And, you know, I want to be able to enjoy. This is why people drink, you know, 80 to 100 proof stuff.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
They just don't want to drink the higher proof stuff.
I agree.
You know, so, and then you're getting the 8-year, you know, mark out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is not a whole lot of bourbons and whiskeys under 100 proof that are that kind of age statement.
No,
you know?
Definitely not.
You know, you got your Russells, I think would be one.
Mm-hmm.
Eagle Rare.
Yep.
But like, I think that's about it.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. You know,
I mean, Buff Trace might be one.
It's what, 6 to 8? I think
Yeah,
that is that what it is?
6 to 8. You know, but this is, you know, fully 8 year.
Yeah,
like, and
you
can
know
taste
for
it.
a fact it's 8 years.
Yeah, and you can taste it. Like you get a lot of complexities on the front end.
It's so well rounded and refined.
Yeah.
Right.
On the back end, you get that oakiness from the 8 year age, and it's just a really great pour. Something that you can drink outside when it gets a little bit warmer.
Right.
You know, we've talked about how that higher proof stuff tends to hit you a little bit harder
in the sunlight, man. Like, it'll get you. It'll get you.
It will.
But have we ever told people like that we actually met through a bottle share?
I don't know if we ever told them.
I
don't know if we ever told them.
I don't know if they ever, like, so me and Jason have probably been friends for close to 4 years now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so that 4 years happened very quickly.
Absolutely.
Like, we're just in a lounge one day where, you know, me and another friend started a bottle share. Shout out to John Crowder. We were smoking and having a few pours on Wednesday, much smaller than what we do now. It started out with, like, I would bring a bottle, he would bring a bottle. You know, one day Jason just happened to come through. I think somebody had told you that we were doing this thing, right?
Yes.
Jason rolls in, and me and him sit beside each other.
Yeah.
And we just talked.
Like the whole time.
Like, you know.
It was crazy.
Yeah. You know, and we've been rocking since then.
Absolutely.
Rocking since then, man.
Absolutely,
so
man. You know,
it's kind of crazy to think about how, you know, everything happened and how, you know, just the relationship grew so quickly. Both have a great love for cigars and bourbon, and it just grew from there.
Absolutely. And I've learned so much. I mean, when I came in, I was really just starting down the bourbon journey, and I was trying different things. You know, I didn't really start with the big 8 or big 6 or however many there is. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't really start with them. I went to the specialty stuff or the smaller companies, and you know, but I didn't really know anything, and you know, so it was great to have a group of people who could help me along this journey.
Yeah, absolutely. The rabbit hole, as we call it.
Absolutely.
The rabbit hole, because now it has exploded for both of us. I was already drinking bourbon and enjoying it, but now, like, yeah.
So back then, how many bottles did you have? Like, what was your kind of average bottle count?
Like, back then when we first started, like, you know, the bottle share, like 4 years ago, like, God, maybe 5 or 6.
I was going to say 5.
Maybe 5 or 6.
That's about probably what I would have at any given time.
Yeah, you know, and it wasn't even like, at that point, I would have still been like a Buffalo Trace fanatic. Like, you know, so it was like chasing Buffalo Trace, chasing Blanton's, you know, like super low proof stuff.
Yep.
Chasing your, you know, Weller Special Reserve.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so like your basic bottles. And then it just kind of, as the group grew, everybody together collectively, you know, with the exception of one, Corey.
Sure.
Right? Like, and Corey's big bro. So he's who introduced me to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it exponentially exploded.
Yep.
Right. Like, everybody wanted to bring something different, something new. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think at one point it got to a point where it was like, who could find the next big bottle?
Right.
Right. Like, so I found this, I'm bringing it to the lounge.
Right.
Like, you know, so, you know.
And funny thing there is, like, we all shop basically in the same stores.
Same stores.
I mean, so, you know, there's pretty much the same distributor at all the stores. So all the stores pretty much have the same stuff. You know, so it's funny that we were doing that, but it's very true.
Man, that Longbranch, like, we go so long, I feel like, without visiting it, or at least I do, because I don't have a bottle, right? So I go so long without visiting it that I'm always impressed with it when I have it. Like, for it to be 96 proof, like, it's just impressive.
So, I mean, like I said, we don't typically visit this, especially the bottle shares.
Yeah.
We don't typically visit things that are less than 100 proof.
Right.
Like, this doesn't come to the table very often. But I do have one, and I have 5 other under 100 proof bottles because they're really enjoyable, you know, and so, like, I'm not knocking it because, you know, a drink because it's under 100 proof.
Right.
I'm going to knock it if it's under 100 proof and it's still not flavorful.
Right.
Or if it tastes proofy.
Right.
Or, you know, whatever, like the Buff Trace. Like, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather go Eagle Rare.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm going to go Buff Trace, I'd rather go Eagle Rare or even E.H. Taylor Small Batch.
Yeah.
Like, just being honest. Like,
yeah, I mean, the price point's not that different between the bottles, right? Like, especially Eagle Rare and E.H. Taylor.
Right.
Right. So there's only 4 proof difference between those 2 bottles. You know, and then with the Buffalo Trace comes in at 86 proof, you know, with considerably less age.
Yes.
So, you know, but we are about to start a new series, right?
We are. Yes.
We're going to do something crazy.
So, yeah, who knows how this is going to turn out.
Yeah,
so,
no clue.
So yeah, so we've got an upcoming series for you guys. We are going to do an under 100 proof blind tasting.
Yeah.
Of 8. Is it 8 bottles?
7 or 8. I can't remember which number we got
bottles.
to. It might be 8.
I think it's 8 bottles. Price point isn't really an issue.
No.
Age isn't really an issue.
Nope.
We've just recognized that there's a whole lot of under 100 proof bottles that are actually worth your time.
Yeah.
And we don't visit those very often.
No.
You know, so this is one of them.
Yep.
Like, so this is going to be in the blind.
I feel like it's going to be hard to beat.
It is going to be hard to beat. Like,
I feel like it's going to be hard to beat. But we've made that statement before,
right?
About other things, and then it turned out to be crazy.
I know, man. So we'll see. You know, because Eagle Rare is going to be on there too.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, so there's
some big bottles that are going to be on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, man, we missed one.
What did we miss?
We missed Blanton's.
That's true.
We missed Blanton's.
We didn't put Blanton's on. We got to put Blanton's on the list.
You have to put Blanton's on the list.
All right, so we'll
under 100 proof.
Yeah, we'll have to kick something else out. Who knows what? But we'll find something to kick out.
We'll find something to take out.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll look at the like which distillers we have on the list and see if we can't bring that one in because that's Buffalo Trace, and the only one that we have in there right now for Buffalo Trace is Eagle Rare.
Yeah. But those 3 taste distinctively different.
They do.
Right? So the Buff Trace tastes a certain way, Eagle Rare, and then Blanton's is, you know, I won't give my thoughts on Blanton's. You know, high price, right? But hey, it's a really cool bottle.
You know, it'll be interesting, like, because you'll take price out of the mix,
and
it'll just be flavor against other similar proofed bottles.
Yep.
Wonder how it's gonna come out.
How's it going to fare?
How well will the Buffalo Trace do against? I mean, the Blantons do against, you know, Longbranch and Eagle Rare.
Because Blanton's is what? It's 86 too, right?
It varies. It's between, I think it's between like 86 and 93 or something like that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, because they're all single barrels. But I think they vary. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I can't believe we almost forgot about Blanton's.
Dude, like that's a big one. Like that.
Yeah.
If you're in the world of bourbon, you've chased a bottle of that at some point in your life.
Of course.
You may not drink it now, but you have chased it. Right?
At some point in your journey, you chased it.
You've chased it. Because like it's almost like a rite of passage.
Yes, and you coveted that first bottle.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage. Like, I got a bottle of Blanton's.
Yep.
And then you're like, I got a bottle of Blanton's.
I love that. Yes, I love that. I got a bottle of Blanton's.
Yeah, like, you know, because now, like, the true story is we bring it to the lounge and
nobody drinks it.
Nobody drinks it.
Yeah, nobody drinks it.
You know, I can't say any, but that's the truth on probably any sub 100 proof bottle that comes to the lounge at this point.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah.
Is like, you know, if they grace the table, they usually don't get drank. You know, because you know, there's more flavor involved when you go over 100 proof.
Yeah.
Like it's just the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to say pretty much every time we do our bottle share, there's at least, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles that I've never had before.
Never seen, never had, right? Like, you know,
or
wanted to try, you know.
And that's the point of the bottle share, is to try stuff that you've never had before, or that you don't have, or, you know, whatever. So, but, you know, hey, I think the little series, I think that'll be fun.
I definitely think so. I definitely think so. The crazy part is like, this is really, really enjoyable. And I'm upset at myself for not actually having one of these. May have to go pick it up. May have to. It's that good. I'm not gonna lie. At a bottle under 100 proof, it's probably one of the more flavorful bottles out there.
Absolutely.
The only thing I can think of that comes close is like an Elijah Craig, right? Because those stand out on flavor.
They do.
So, well,
the aroma is just.
It's Turkey did a good job on this.
Absolutely.
That's another series that we're thinking about doing, right? Like we're talking about doing a turkey run.
Yeah.
Does that mean we got to pull this in?
We might. The problem with the turkey run is that the age and proof statements on them are wildly different.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
They're all over the place, and the price points are all over the place. Like,
but there are several on the turkey run that we've talked about that are going to be under 100 or really close to. So, I mean, I don't know. We might have to.
What is it? Two of them, right? The Russells and the Longbranch.
Yeah.
I think the other ones are.
Well, I mean, Wild Turkey 101, you know, is only 101, and that's 96. So, like,
yeah,
not a huge disparity, you know, between the two.
And then you got the rare breeds, both of the rare breeds. I don't know the proof on the Russell's 7, the rye. I don't know what the proof on that is. My guess is it's 90 as well.
Probably. I would think. Hey, who knows?
But it's an enjoyable pour.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that is just a really great sipper for a really great price. You're getting a lot of age off of it. Lots of flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, like, if you, and this is a really great question to ask people, like, who is your favorite distiller? For me, it's easy. Turkey.
Well, so the funny thing is we just found out that we're a fan of another distillery that we
That's
didn't
true.
know we were a fan
That's
of.
true. I might need to rethink that.
Because, like, so we just found out we might be Jim Beam guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a bottle on the table. We got a Baker's over there.
Yeah.
Right? You know, there's several that we found that we like all of a sudden. So that Jim Baker's, Old Granddad, Booker's, like Booker's, my God, like what was the other one we said?
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Freaking Knob Creek, man.
Like,
yeah. And I'm trying to collect a run of Knob Creeks. I want to taste those like back to back.
Yeah.
I want to do the 9, 12, 15, 20, or 18.
Another series.
Yeah.
Another series.
Like, I don't know that we could do those blind. I think you're gonna there are obvious flavor differences, so I think you're gonna know.
I don't think we should do those blind, like, because a couple of those bottles are pricey.
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
A couple of those bottles are pricey.
All but one is pricey.
Yeah.
Like, they're all over $100 except for the one.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. Like, the 9 being as cheap as it is, when you bump to the 12, it's like 4 times the price. It's crazy how much more that bottle is.
And we just got to try it recently.
We just got to try it recently.
It was, and it was pretty damn good.
Man, I was impressed.
Like,
I was impressed.
Like, it's up there.
I was very much impressed.
12 or 18?
I don't think that's a fair question, because the 18 is so oaky.
Yeah.
That if that's not what you want, you're going to hate it.
Right.
So to me, your question should be 12 or 15. And if I'm being honest, I really need to taste those like back to back. I really do.
Yeah. Like,
I've only had the 15 twice now.
Yeah, me too.
So, like, and the 12, I've only had it once.
Excuse the...
Yeah.
Hey, we outside, man.
Yeah.
We outside. Excuse the old truck that ran through with the catalytic converter and everything else missing. Like...
We joke about that all the time here.
Oh,
we sit on the porch, these loud cars. But yeah, so between the 12 and the 15, man, I'm just not sure. I've only had the 12 once now.
Yeah. And
the 15 twice. So, you know, I'm in the process of getting a bottle of the 12.
Okay.
And
did you connect with?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I forgot to get the number before I rolled out.
Okay.
So, but if he calls you, make sure he buys 2.
Oh, okay.
Make sure he buys 2.
I should probably contact him then and tell him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He told you how much it was?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right.
All right. We should probably finish up the Longbranch, right? Mm-hmm. We got to get to the Travelers.
We do. And I actually didn't look at my watch at what time we started.
I want to say we're about 30, but I'm not 100% sure. So if this episode's a little long, excuse us. It is what it is. All right, rinse these glasses here. Y'all know what we say. Drink and smoke responsibly.
Absolutely.
Get your water in.
All right. I've only had this once, to be honest.
Funny enough, me too.
Look at the dent on that thing. I love it.
You know, quite a few people tried it. You know, there was a young lady at the lounge, and she picked up a couple of bottles, and I was like, you probably don't want to do those. You might not enjoy them. So she had a decent pour. But hey, it's a $32 bottle, man. Like,
I mean, it smells really nice.
It does. I'll give it that.
Like,
The aroma's good.
It smells a little proofy being 90, but I mean, I'm definitely getting, you know, a lot of other aromas in it.
It does still smell just ultra light.
Yeah, and that's probably
good news is like
the
there's not a whole lot of ethanol there, right? Like that's okay. It's kind of floral. So I'll say this. It was not okay to follow that Longbranch.
Well, you know, we've said it before with, you know, bottles like this that we want to follow it with something that we know and love.
A baseline.
To give us a baseline.
Yeah.
You know, because if we try that first, we might give it all kinds of praise. And
because we made that mistake once.
We did.
We made that mistake.
We did. So I'll say this. It's not crazy flavorful. It's not crazy complex. It kind of just tastes like a standard whiskey. It does taste young.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste proofy.
No.
Like it tastes 90 proof.
It's a smooth drinker.
Like, yeah.
It's a smooth drinker.
Like this is definitely something that you could sip on. Not something that I would pick to sip on a regular basis.
It's definitely something that you could sip on. I just don't know that I would sip on.
Right. Right. But I mean, like if you're just starting out in your journey, like this is not a bad bottle to pick up.
No. So let's think about other celebrity bottles that we've had.
Okay. So
where does this stack up in comparison?
This is one of the better ones. I think it's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it stacks up with like the Heaven's Door or the what's the other one I'm thinking of? The 3-chord. I don't know that it stacks up with those, but it's definitely better than, you know, the Jason Aldean Florida Georgia line one, the I think who is it? It's another country singer.
I want to say I tried something from Alan Jackson.
That's it, Alan Jackson. Like his stuff is.
It was rough.
It's not good.
It was rough.
It's a mixer.
Yeah,
it's a shooter or a mixer. Like whatever. Like, to me, those are the.
So are we only bringing in country singers?
No. Like what are some other ones?
So the Blacken is probably the top notch.
That one's up there. Yeah.
Right. Like
yeah, that one's up there.
That's probably Metallica though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I expect that they do something a little better.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that one. That one's definitely up there.
Yeah.
That one's definitely up there. It's probably top 2.
Yeah.
I really like the 3-chord.
Yeah.
But the Blacken's up there.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of like special
variations,
releases that are really good.
Yes.
Of course, they're pricey, but they're really good.
Yeah.
This is middle ground.
It's not bad.
No.
It's just not great.
Right.
Right. So it's definitely drinkable.
Absolutely.
Is that a word? Drinkable?
Yeah.
I think it's a word.
It's sippable.
Sippable. I like it.
Yeah.
Realistic. Like what's crazy is this might sound nuts. I know it's already low proof. A glass of ice with this poured over the top on a summer day.
Yeah. It could absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So, you know, hey, Chris Stapleton, you don't know us. We don't know you. But you did okay. You did all right.
Did better than a lot of other ones.
Man, that's a true statement.
Like, some of the, I can't even, you know, we're only naming a handful of, but there's others out there that are, woo.
Was Alan Jackson's the snake bottle?
No, that's, I don't even know who the snake bottle is. I don't think it's a celebrity bottle.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it is.
Okay, I think that might have been celebrity endorsed.
I'm not sure. God, I hope it's not.
They made a bad choice.
Yeah, right,
they?
Exactly.
Man, listen, you do not drink if that. Listen. Well, we haven't talked about the band on this.
Mm-hmm.
This box press, like y'all look at the construction on this thing, man. Like
it's like hard box press.
Yeah.
Like there's corners on this thing.
Yeah, like it's real, bro. Like, you know, so I'm looking at it here and I'm trying to figure out, like, it says, that's a big ass word.
What? The Liga Privada. That's
no,
what it says.
The Liga Privada is fine. So the top band says Liga Privada number 9.
Yeah.
It's the traditional Liga Privada band, right?
Yep.
You know, but that
the
secondary band.
Yep.
That, what the hell? Exclusive.
It says exclusive mente.
I'm assuming.
That's just the name they gave it,
Yeah, you know,
right? And then
like
it says Drew Estate Lounge, which is the lounge that they're like their home.
that's their partner lounge.
Right.
Orlando.
It is, and it says that on here, Orlando, Florida. Corona Cigar Company.
Corona Cigar. Listen, if you haven't visited Corona,
it's a monster.
Do yourself a favor. If you're in Orlando and you smoke cigars, go by Corona.
Yep.
If you like bourbon,
go by Corona.
And spirits, go by Corona.
Yeah.
Right? Like they've got it all. They are the mashup of the best of both worlds. They've got a great bar, phenomenal cigar selection, and they have a hell of a cigar. This thing is impressive. The bands are beautiful, right? But here's the reason why I don't have to talk a whole lot about the band, because I promise you, if you walk into Corona, they're going to tell you about this cigar. So, because it's their specific cigar.
This isn't the only one they have with Drew Estate either.
I understand that, but like this is the monster.
Right. They have this. I think they have this one, and another one is box pressed. The regular ones are all like regular Vitolas, but I think they have like 8 different.
Oh yeah, they have several house cigars. Yeah. You know, they've got a whole lot of great stuff that you can do at Corona, man. Like, and then all of your other brands that you want to try are there as well. Absolutely. So like you can't go wrong if you go to Orlando and you're a cigar person. You know, because I don't want to say guy or girl, gal, whatever you want to say. Corona is the place to be, right? I've been there multiple times, enjoyed every experience I've ever had there. Have you visited Corona? Yeah. We're gonna have to hop on a flight.
Want to do something?
We can fly out of Chattanooga for little or nothing, be in Orlando in an hour and a half. Like
just to visit a cigar lounge.
Visit the cigar lounge, get some content, fly back.
I mean, yeah. Look, I'm sure that there'll be some reason why we're going down there. You know what I mean? I did recently, go to Orlando, but it just didn't work out.
It didn't work out, right?
I could actually go, yeah.
Right.
Like I wish that I could have. I really wanted to visit it, but it was, we were late. It was already late in the night.
Yeah.
Needed to get up early, that sort of thing, and so just didn't really have the time to do it. But I wish that I had been able to.
It's an experience that you will definitely enjoy. Mm-hmm. Like it's a bigger lounge, right? So like it's one of those where, like we say OCL, the camaraderie at OCL is great.
Yes.
At Corona, there's just so many people.
Right.
Right. Like everybody in that area knows like this is the place to be.
Right.
So it's normally really, really crowded.
Well, they got so much product.
Yeah.
Like, then they got a lot of exclusives.
Yeah. Then they have a great spirit selection.
Right.
So
stuff that you just can't get,
Yeah.
You want a pour of, something crazy rare,
you can get it.
some Pappy,
you can get it.
Whatever. They probably have it,
Man, this is such a great stick.
Love the stick.
Great stick.
Love it.
All right. I'm pretty positive we got to wrap this thing up. So what's your final thoughts, my friend?
So the cigar, I mean, we've given it all kinds of praise. One of my favorite Ligas, as far as the standard Liga lines go. I mean, I love it that it's box pressed. There's just something about it, and I'm fairly certain it's a slightly different blend.
Okay.
And because I don't really enjoy the regular 9. I don't know. There's something about it that it makes it the least favorite for me. But it's still a great cigar. Like I wouldn't turn it down.
Still a better cigar than a lot of things on the market.
Absolutely. So if you can swing by Orlando and grab you a stick, or if you can swing for a whole box, do it.
Yeah.
Because you will not be disappointed. It is the cheapest Liga on the market.
Absolutely.
By far the cheapest.
Absolutely.
As far as the spirits go, like I think I've said enough about the Longbranch. It's one of my favorites. It's from the Turkey line, especially for under 100 proof.
Yep.
It's just a really, really great sipper. And then the Traveler, I mean, surprisingly, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I mean, I agree with you. I think pouring that over a whiskey cube or whatever, a couple little cubes of ice, and just kind of sip on that for a little while, like you're not gonna be disappointed.
No, I agree.
So what you got?
Man, listen, I don't have a box of these. I'm not as fortunate as Jason. He ordered a full box, but he has blessed me with a few. And every time I have this cigar, I'm reminded how much I enjoy it. At the price point, again, I like the H99 a lot, but at the price point, the H99 in this jockey for first place. Okay,
I love it.
I'll say that. The construction is great. Just like such a silky smooth smoke. It's everything you want in a cigar. Full of flavor. It's strong enough to keep you entertained.
Yep.
Right. So again, hit up Corona, get you some, and find out what we're talking about. As far as the spirits go, the Longbranch is a sleeper. That's the label I'm going to give it. It's hard to find a bottle that is 8 years old, 96 proof, that drinks the way that does.
Yep.
That bottle is pretty phenomenal for what it is. Okay?
Can't disagree.
Like, the Traveler, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like you said, like I said, you could pour that over ice out here in a warm day, right? Like, it get 80 degrees outside and you don't want to move to, you know, a beer or a seltzer or something like that. You could pour that over some ice and have an enjoyable day and probably be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not something that I'm going to add to the rotation.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the bottle that I have.
It'll get drank eventually.
It'll get drank over time, right? Like people visiting, that type of thing. Yeah. But am I going to purchase another bottle? Probably not.
Yeah. But
so,
you know, that's us.
That's
try
just
it for yourself.
That's our opinions.
Yeah.
You have to try it for yourself. Don't try it once, try it twice, right? And try it neat, try it with a cigar, you know, like, do your thing.
Right. Yeah.
But should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up, man.
All right, man. Y'all know the drill, man. Drink and smoke responsibly.
Absolutely.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content. But with that being said, put some smoke in the air. I am Duran, no cool nickname. My partner.
I'm Jason JB Smoke, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir.